You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Let me see. All right. Okay, tonight we're going to talk about jealousy and how it destroy you. A lot of people out here about to be destroyed. I'm going to be quoting something my mother used to say. But first of all, like, share, subscribe to the channel. The like really helps the channel because it shows the algorithm that y'all want to hear what I'm talking about. So if you don't mind, it ain't costing you a damn thing. Like MABW say, hit the like button. Okay. We got a guest on today. I'm going to introduce her shortly. This is a buddy of mine. Her name is Q Bostic. And she go by QB, quarterback. Anyway, I don't know what it is. But anyway, we're gonna have a good show tonight. Some other people pop in. I'm gonna put the matter of fact, I need to put the link in the chat. So in case somebody wants to come in, you feel more than welcome to come in and speak on it. But I'm just letting you know, you come in here, it's not gonna be no disrespect. When I say cut it, cut it. You know, we gotta maintain order. I'm gonna give you a chance to speak. Everybody gonna be respected. There's gonna be nobody talking over each other, arguing and fighting and stuff. Well, this not that place. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna show respect to everybody, and we're gonna keep it moving. All right, so let me see. Let me put this in the chat. So in case anybody want to come in and participate, come on in. All right. So this is what my mother used to say. This is going to be the theme of the show. Now, you may have heard a different variation of this. I've heard people say it one way. My mother used to say it another way. I like her way better. Now, I'm pretty sure you've heard a lot of people say, when you dig a ditch, dig two, one for me and one for you. No, we're not doing that. Because that means you got me, and we're not doing you got me. Okay? So here's what my mother used to say. She used to say, dig a ditch, fall in it yourself. And that's exactly what's been going on lately. Especially, I got an example on the show with everybody that's been going against Trump. America has spoken, man. Over 70-some million people voted for what he's doing. You know, I don't know about you or what world you live in, but I don't want criminal aliens running around the country. I don't want to run around here multiplying and getting women pregnant, leaving their seed in our country. These people have been released from horrible places, and they bring horrible practices with them. And this is not the place to be babysitting criminals from other countries. So we need to get them up out of here. And I strongly advise a lot of people to hit up the ICE tip line. Let me see. I'm gonna give it to you. The ICE tip line, because you can make some money off of this too. They came in and took your tax dollars. They came in and took your jobs and inconvenienced your schools and displaced your kids and everything. You know, you done lost money. Housing them went up because of them coming here. The jobs rate, the minimum wages and everything that is went down because there's so many people. The jobs is so, the demand is so to the so now they can pay just people whatever they want to pay them. You know, they're working up under the table. These companies are going along with it. And they paying up under the table, and that's taking food off the table of American people, and also legal immigrants, people who came in legally and did it the right way, and didn't bust the line and didn't come over here. They came over here and worked hard. They paid for lawyers. They went to court cases. They had to go through classes. They had to pay their money, and nobody set them up and gave them welfare and put them in $100, $200-300 hotel rooms a night. And gave them all these head starts and stuff. They work hard, so it's not fair for people to jump the line like that. So I'm not with that. I don't like it. So we're going to get into the aspect of how this is going to hurt you and hurt in the long run. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. We want to get into the aspect of how this will hurt you in the long run, because this is not. It's not good practice. I mean, the spirit that has to reside in you for you to be hating on the next person for what they done. I mean, you really got to check yourself. And most times when you work against people to try to put obstacles in their way and stuff like that, all that do is hurt you in the long run. That's all it's going to do is damage you. You know, it's going to take you outside of who you could be as a person. Now, I'm supposed to be giving y'all that ICE tip line. Hold up. Let me give it to you right now. You call this number, it's $1,000 bounty. The program is working its way around the country now. Let's see. ICE tip line. There you go. It's on my speed dial. Matter of fact, I think I might set it up on my ticker. But the number is 1-866-347-2423. That's 1-866-347-2423. Shoot, man, call ICE and get that bag, man. It's 1,000, thousands, and a million. It's millions of them here. You can't get 1,000 and get you a cool meal. Can't get a million bag off of that. So, just give me a second. Okay, here we go. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce our guest, and we'll let her introduce herself and tell everybody who she is and all that good stuff. You know, she a little crazy now, y'all. Y'all gotta watch her now. Watch her. She crazy. If you see her making any crazy moves, you know, call the people. Okay? Call the people. Oh, where is this coming from? Why am I getting this background feed? Okay. All right. Let me bring her in. Coming to the stage, Miss Q. Now you can unmute yourself. Okay, tell everybody who you are.
Can you hear me? You want me to do it? Okay. Hi, I'm QB. And the name has a double meaning. Just want to let you know that. And just here to spit some facts to you guys. You know, talk to you and let you know what's going on for real. Because it's crazy out here these days, and you just gotta watch your back. So you know, we just giving you some news you can use. Ain't that right, Teddy Ted?
All right, first rule of the show: you can't be stealing the host's taglines. Goddamn it, that's my shit. Come on, from use you can use. You stole that from me, damn it.
I did. I didn't steal it. I just borrowed it.
I'm just messing with you.
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it.
Who you borrowed it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna start charging royalties on my shit because y'all be using it too willy-nilly.
Bill me.
And I'm gonna be introducing new words on this show so everybody will know it's my stuff. You heard it here first. So a few months down the line, when somebody's trying to steal it, say, "No, I said it before Teddy said it." Nah, I said it. I made it up. A lot of stuff. I'm gonna say a lot of crazy stuff sometimes, but this come from me. Some stuff I may learn, pick up from somebody else. I'll tell you, I don't have no problem with that. I'm not a glory hound, but what's mine is mine.
Right.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna move on to the first hater of the night, and that will be Nancy Pelosi. She's a good hater. Yes, she is. She's a hater. She spends her whole life hating. She has been a Trump hater her whole career. So everybody give it up for the Trump hating Nancy Pelosi. Okay. All right, so we're gonna watch this right here. Nancy Pelosi, she was just recently hospitalized, you know, and also we know she's a drunk. So let's just call a spade a spade. She's a drunk, and she snort more than Pablo. She snort more than Scarface. Okay, the movie Scarface, Pacino ain't got nothing on her. She could snort a line all the way around the room. Her and Kamala could start at one side to the next, and both of them are bust heads in the middle of the room, and still be trying to hog up and snort. She'll want some more. She'll be trying to snort the stuff up out of her nose to try to, because she just that hoggish with it. Okay, so I'm glad we didn't just elect no lush, you know. And look, he writing even on the wall. Even her husband left her after the election. So what that tell you?
Mm.
Okay, so let's get into this. Let's listen to what they're talking about with Nancy Pelosi.
Just coming into CNN, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been admitted to a hospital in Luxembourg after she sustained an injury during an official engagement. This is according to a statement from her office. I want to bring in CNN's Lauren Fox. What more do we know here, Lauren, about this injury?
Yeah, we are just getting this statement into us. And I want to read part of it because it is a little bit vague. It says, while traveling with a bipartisan congressional delegation in Luxembourg to mark the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge, Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi sustained an injury during an official engagement and was admitted to the hospital for evaluation. Pelosi is currently receiving excellent treatment from doctors and medical professionals. She continues to work and regrets that she's unable to attend the remainder of the CODEL engagements to honor the courage of our service members during one of the greatest acts of American heroism in our nation's history. It goes on to say Pelosi conveys her thanks and praise to the veterans with gratitude and to the people of Luxembourg for their service in World War II and their roles in bringing peace to Europe. She was personally and officially honored to travel with the distinguished delegation. She says that she looks forward to returning home to the U.S. soon. Now, this statement came from her spokesperson, but it obviously, there are a lot of questions. She is someone who is really important to the Democratic Party, also someone.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I was wondering where the echo was coming from. I just solved that real quick. Duh. But look at this gargoyle. I mean, this woman been in office since forever. And when they have term limits for these people, Trump talking about working on term limits, and I'm totally with that. They need to work on term limits for these people because this is ridiculous. This woman should be somewhere in our old folks' home, 80-some years old. Why this woman still in Congress with all this pull of making all these decisions? She out of touch with society. She don't even know what a meme is. She don't know. She probably could barely text. This woman don't know nothing. I mean, she's not saying she don't know nothing. Let me take that back, because to get where she is, she gotta know something. But she's old as hell. I mean, what's she still doing in there? Right. Okay, now I'm gonna get us to Q, but before I do that, let me give a shout out to my man Greg Foreman at the Black Conservative Perspective. Go check his channel out. This guy is very informative. I watch him a lot. Very entertaining guy. He had you in stitches. Okay, now go ahead, Q.
All I'm saying is she probably got people around her that's, trying to keep her up to date. But for real, she need to let that position go and give it to somebody. Why is she still talking? Isn't she supposed to be retired or something?
Well, she retarded, but I don't know about retired. Retired, I don't know. Okay, she need to be retired. She should have been retired.
Right.
What is she doing? Why is she still in government? What is going on here?
I haven't even seen this lady. Why?
And then we're gonna move on here. We got this woman here. She used to be the House spokesperson. She had John Pierre's job before she had. This is what is this woman's name again? I swear I never liked her either. What is her name? I'll tell you in a minute. Forget her. But anyway, let's see what Nancy Pelosi got to say with her. Jen Psaki, that's her name. Jen Psaki. Jen Psaki. She's another bald face.
Because I mean, your family knows better than just about any family in America the very real consequences of Trump's violent rhetoric. And I just want to get your reaction to what he just said at this rally, what we just played for the audience.
Good morning. Wonderful to be with you again on this weekend before the election. I think that what the ex-president just said is a further indication of his cognitive degeneration. You saw recently he was talking about whether he chose electrocution or being eaten by sharks. Something's very wrong there. And indicative in it also is diminishing the power of the press, which is the guardian of our freedom in our country. So I think people who might thinking about voting for him have to know that he can't last as president for 4 years with his brain deteriorating deteriorating at the rate that it is, and it's clearly evident. And they may be voting for President Vance, which would be a horrible thing for our country. You're right. Our family has experienced the violence. Where is Nancy? Where is Nancy? Coming into our house, violating the sanctity of our home, the safety of my husband, looking for me, echoing what was said on January 6th in the Capitol.
Weirdos. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, when are these people going to stop talking about January 6th?
Right.
I mean, I already heard the recording of Nancy Pelosi admitting that that was her fault because she turned down all the military troops that Trump was trying to send her to counter that. Plus, D.C. Mayor Blockhead, Muriel Bowser, she also blocked and turned down the protection that Trump was trying to send to the Capitol to help them with that. So, and plus I heard what Trump said. He didn't say anything about going there protesting. He said, go there and peaceably assemble and have your voices heard with no violence. But see, they always chop and screw that whole interview and leave you with what they want you to think and not what the facts are, you know. And this is just a bunch of jealousy. I mean, every time Trump try to make a stride to move the country forward, it's BS. They trying to, just like Biden trying to start World War III before he leave office. I mean, well, what is that? Right now, at this point, Joe Biden has proven to be incompetent, to say the least. He should not still be making especially major decisions of which way the country is going to go right on his way out the door. Okay? He should not be able to start no damn war and then go eat ice cream on the damn beach.
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
What you think about that?
Well, when would the people open their eyes and see it, though? You know, I mean, it's right there in front of you. Of course, you know, you got to do a little digging because they don't want to, you know, broadcast the truth, right? So they only show what they want to show, right? So you got to do a little digging for the truth. But when would you see? Look at the state of the country now. Look at it. It's terrible. Come on now. This is crazy.
That's why I say a lot of these people with the Democrat Party, they, especially black people, I'm gonna speak about black people. I ain't even scared of y'all. I'm not gonna even hold my tongue. And if you don't like it, so what? I mean, I'm gonna speak the truth, make you the news you can use. Okay.
There you go.
Why don't they wake up? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, they holding on to this Democrat Party like that's our party. That's the party of the KKK. That's the Southern Dixiecrat Party. That is not no black party. The black people, the escaped black slaves, the free black slaves that moved north, they're the ones who were instrumental for starting the Republican Party. That's our party.
Right.
Republican Party is our party, not the Democrat. And when we went, when those newly freed black slaves went and started Republican Party, that's when the Democrats formed the KKK to go terrorize and murder them. Because they abandoned the plantation, just like they do now. Every time somebody says turn their back on the plantation and say, okay, well, we're gonna move into something else. Mm-hmm. Just like Tulsi Gabbard when she left the party, RFK left the party basically. You know, they turn around and punish them. They dragging them through the mud. It was all right when they were Democrats, but as soon as they wake up and say we're not messing with y'all no more, now all of a sudden they're the bad guy.
Right.
This is crazy. I'm like this. If these people can't wake up now and see the big finesse, they don't need to be voting.
But they need to study their history as well, because everything you just said is part of our history.
Yeah. I was talking to a buddy of mine some months back. I think it was like last summer. And he thought I would lost my mind when I told him about black people starting the Republican Party.
Right.
He act like that was just like, and then he challenged me on it, and I told him to go look it up. And I know if he found something contrary, he the type of dude that would call back and try to passively aggressively wash my face with it. I ain't heard from him since. And everybody I get information to, I tend to research it. I guess once they research it and they see the truth, oh, I'm just a Democrat. Why? Because your grandma a Democrat?
Right.
What the hell did she show you how to do?
Right.
And if you are success, it ain't because of her. Stop voting the way, because women vote. People should vote their own best interest, and women do that. Men are the only ones that don't understand that. They'll follow their mama voting, they'll follow their sister voting, they'll follow their grandma voting, they'll follow their wife voting. They act like they don't have no voice. They won't make no decision. They so scared the women around them. Oh my God, I don't want to make her upset. Oh my God, I don't want to tell nobody that you're going to hurt her feelings.
Well, you know that's a big issue too, right? Because men, I don't know what the hell happened when males decide that they're not going to lead anymore. But that's a subject for another show. But come on now, why?
I mean, we got to first make leaders, and since what? At least 1960, these women been raising these dudes by themselves for the most part.
And how can a woman raise a man?
They can't. They can't. You can't give a man, just like much as I love my daughter, I can't give her all that she needs as a woman. I mean, I can tell her what I think a good woman is, and I can, you know, give her examples of, but I can't teach her, I can't give her the little innuendos that women give different women, and they got that little unspoken language and stuff. I can't do that because I'm not programmed for that. Right. All I can do is just be the best father I could be and give her what I can give her from a male point of view and tell her, hey, look, I think a good woman is this. But I think a good woman is whatever I think it is. Her man may think something different. You know, I don't want no woman with no tattoos all across her chest and all this old crazy shit going on and face tattoos and all over. I don't like that. That's a turn off to me. But you got a lot of dudes out here now, they love that shit. They love a woman with all that old tattoo crap all over their chest, looking like a damn look like she just got out of Sing Sing prison. Look like she was cellmates with a guy named Buck. Okay, come on, man. Forget about it. Shit.
I told you that's a whole nother show. We can really dive deep into it.
Amazing. Let's check out this. We're done with Nancy. I'm sick of her.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to Trump. We're gonna move on to Biden, incompetent. He. Come on, Joe. Stop lying, man. You know that was your bag of coca leaf they found in the White House, wasn't it? Because I know you a long time snorter. Okay, like father, like son. Honey, ain't get that out the clear blue sky. Okay, that's a long family tradition. That okay. But let's move on because this old goofy Dixiecrat is trying to start World War III before Trump get in office. He's another hater. Actually, this story right here is what prompted me to do the jealousy show because jealousy looks so bad on people. I hate jealous people. When you notice somebody jealous, that shit just looks so bad on people. It makes you look so weak. Because I ain't jealous of nobody. I don't care how much you got or what you got. If you got something I like, I work towards to get it myself. I don't need to hate on you for nothing.
All right.
I got what I got and I like what I like because I like it. I don't have to be jealous of nobody for nothing. I wasn't even raised like that, period. My mother used to always preach against that adamantly about how bad jealousy will look on you when you're jealous of somebody. So let's see what this senile goofball. Well, he ain't senile. He know what the hell he doing.
President Joe Biden has made what could be a decisive move on the war in Ukraine as world leaders prepared to hold the talks at the G20 in Brazil. He's lifted restriction on the use of American long-range weapons to strike deeper into Russia.
That's why drugs and politics don't mix. Because why would you want to purposely start some shit before you leave, 5 minutes before you leave? And he let his jealousy for Trump destroy the country. Because if we getting big ass for our people going to have boots on the ground and lose their lives over this stupid ass shit that they got going on over there. We don't know nothing about it. These two people right here, not even the allies, let these people fight. Like Trump say, they'll do what the hell they gonna do. What the hell we getting into it for? Joe Biden straight up. what he done with this border and compromise security of this country, he let all these terrorists and rapists and murderers come in our country, trash him to jail. Give him aim for all that. Vote for him. And I vote for him.
My God.
A new Russian onslaught across Ukraine. Missiles and drones strike critical infrastructure in the biggest attack in months. Amid the carnage, though, a breakthrough in American military support.
These people's lives
US
are ruined.
President Joe Biden
Joe
has
Biden,
finally
this ain't nothing
agreed
but
to
a
allow
game.
Ukraine to fire
This ain't nothing but a game
long-range
to the
US
Democrats.
missiles against targets
This ain't nothing
inside
but money
Russia.
in their pocket in a game.
Ukraine's leader
People over here
signaled
for
their
real dying.
use is just a matter of time.
План посилення України – це план перемоги.
The plan to strengthen Ukraine is the victory plan, which I presented to our partners. One of its key points is long-range
Understand why we give
capabilities
you
for
all
our
this money,
army.
dude.
Today, there's a
Fight
lot
your
of
own
talk in the
war.
media about us receiving
If we was
permission
in trouble,
for
you wouldn't do
respective
nothing to help
actions.
us.
But strikes are not carried out with words. Such things are not announced. Missiles will speak for themselves. They certainly will.
But Joe Biden's decision comes just weeks before Donald Trump returns to the White House, a man who's vowed to end the war quickly, though without saying how.
Digging in his nose, digging in his ass,
The
scratching his
major
crotch and
shift in
everything.
US policy
I
is
wouldn't
apparently
touch
in
Joe Biden
part
again.
in response to this. North Korea sending troops to fight for Russia. Here they're pictured preparing to move forward. The North Koreans are thought to be helping Russian forces repel a Ukrainian assault into the Kursk region of Russia. That could be where the US missiles are used first. Then the next question will be how the Kremlin responds. Something that will surely be discussed on the sidelines of a meeting of world leaders due to take place here in Brazil amid tight security.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has repeatedly warned the West they'd be playing with fire if they allowed Ukraine to use their long-range missiles inside Russia, even saying it could start a global conflict. US and British officials have cautioned against listening to Moscow's threats, yet there had been hesitancy about this specific step. That's now gone.
Russia's war divides global opinion, with Western allies pitched against Moscow and its friends. Back on the ground in Ukraine, though, yet more suffering from another Russian strike. This country will surely be hoping the UK and others will now follow America's lead, so its forces can be free to fight back harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about
So if you
that?
can go to Twitter,
That was one of the saddest videos I've seen in a long time. It doesn't make any sense. Why? What is
Jealousy. He a hating ass jealousy. I mean, that's just what it is. He a hater. He trying to screw things up real bad before he leave, hoping that it'll screw up Trump's presidency. But it's going to do just the opposite. Because everybody is basically hip to you now, Joe. You ain't fooling nobody. The new generation seen right through you. That's why nobody voted for a person that you associated yourself with and endorsed. And for real, Democrat policy, period, at this point right now is too destructive to the country. We need to get some common sense. You way over here somewhere. We need to be in the center. We need to be where common sense is. Y'all goofy somewhere all over somewhere else. But the world corrected itself already because they done let hostage go. Trump told them straight up, y'all keep bullshitting around. I'm about to be up there in a few weeks. Let them hostages go. They just announced that Syrian hostages was let go. Ain't nobody playing. People know when the real is coming. And everybody knowing that substitute teacher. Biden's presidency was the equivalency when you come to school and you look at the head of the class, you say, that ain't my teacher. Who is that? You see everybody BSing around and playing and writing and not paying attention and talking and stuff and got their Walkman on and all this other stuff in the class. The substitute. No respect. That's exactly what they treated Joe Biden and Kamala Harris like. Substitute teachers. Okay? They taught it just like mom and dad is off on vacation, so we just gonna have a house party and cut up and break in their liquor cabinet and drink up their liquor and cut up because they out of town. Okay, so now what I'm beginning to see is like a metaphor of they got their phone call like your parents coming home early. They're on their way home now from Paris. Oh shit, we gotta clean up. That's exactly what they're doing. Everybody falling in line right now. They understand what's going on. I mean, a lot of stuff he ain't even got to even say to nobody because they already know what time it is. They know what time it is. There's another guy right here. I watch him sometimes too. This guy right here is cool. I like him. I forget his name though. Patrick David, I think it is. But might not be, but I know it's Patrick though. But we're gonna hear him out because his video not that long, but he be talking a lot of good stuff too. He was talking about the Ukraine missiles and everything with Biden telling everybody just to put these missiles in the air against Ukraine and Ukraine against Russia. I'm like, why is he doing this? I mean, at this point right now, those are pivotal decisions that will be made that can affect this country for a long term.
Right.
Why is he able to make these decisions going out the door? This makes no sense.
Right.
None at all.
I don't know why you're doing it. Well, what is the point?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Can we get him out of there earlier? Can we get their ass out of there earlier? Can we clean the house earlier?
Exactly. Yeah, but
damn.
We go with the foolishness. Here we go with the foolishness. Let's check out Patrick.
Go to my Twitter, Rob. Just a few days ago, we saw this. New York Times. Biden allows Ukraine to strike Russia with long-range U.S. missiles. With 2 months left in office, President, for the first time, authorized Ukrainian military to use the system known as the ATACMS to defend its forces in the Kursk region of Russia. This is when? This is 17th. Today is what? 19th, 2 days ago. Go to New York Times 33 minutes ago. Watch this, folks. Ukraine fired U.S.-made missiles into Russia for the first time. Officials say the attack came just days after Biden gave Ukraine permission to use the weapon to strike targets inside Russia. Now, Zelensky comes out and says the Ukraine-Russia war ends faster with Trump. Rob, if you got the clip, play this clip. For him to be, well, I think Trump's going to do something about it. If this is not this one, Rob, it's is that the clip that you have? Or?
I do. It's Donald Trump explaining the escalation between Ukraine.
Okay, go ahead and play. I think this thing got like 60 million views. Go ahead and play.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction.
When is this, Rob? This is yesterday?
Unmatched
Okay.
in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare.
How long is this, Rob?
We will avoid it.
About 6
we
minutes.
need
Okay,
new
so you can pause it right
leadership.
here. Go to a clip, Rob, of, anyways, and this story that I'm saying is the fact that Zelensky is saying it's going to end faster with Trumpian, then he's going to end the conflict. This is a Forbes story that Zelensky is talking about. It was written all over the place. But Putin in October or September made a very clear comment that if you allow these guys to use these weapons against us, we'll be willing to resort to nuclear. Like, we're willing to go nuclear. Putin is saying this. By the way, we're in it right now, live, while we're doing a podcast. This is going on. So, somewhere in Russia, Kremlin, wherever it is, Putin is sitting with his handlers and his people saying, what are we doing next? Will, what do you think happens here?
So I think Biden is playing with fire, but it might not be the raging inferno we're afraid of just yet. Today on the Will Kane Show, I will have Eric Prince on. I spoke to Eric recently, and asked him about this. Eric Prince is the former founder of Blackwater, incredibly intelligent when it comes to global affairs and warfare. I asked him also about the fact that North Korea is devoting 100,000 soldiers to Russia as well. Here's Eric's response to those two things. That's fodder. North Korea devoting soldiers to Russia is basically human fodder on the front lines in Ukraine. Secondarily, he said these missiles that are being used are not top-of-the-line stuff. It's not the muscle the United States could be allowing the Ukraine to fire into Russia. So maybe perhaps not the inferno that we're afraid of, but still playing with fire. Biden and the geopolitical establishment in Europe and the military-industrial complex here has a hard-on for Ukraine. They just simply do. And this is one of the biggest reasons the American public wanted to bring in Donald Trump. I have full faith that the negotiator, the strong man, the clear leader that is Donald Trump will be able to keep this from metastasizing into World War III. I think Putin knows it. I think Zelensky knows it. And I think we're headed towards a peace deal, hopefully even before Donald Trump takes office. Because as Tom pointed out earlier, the dominoes are falling. The world sees the next step for the United States, and people are from Lunchables to Russia. They're getting the world in order.
So I know what Eric says.
Well, I tell you, people know. They see it.
But you know what? I'm so glad you're showing this, right? Because I said earlier that you just have to dig. You don't even have to dig. You're giving them what they need right here, right? And you're explaining it to them. You're letting them see it. This is what's happening, right? Because nobody reports this stuff. It's crazy. You see how serious this is? Like this is crazy.
And the thing that killed me is a lot of these people that they so uninformed, and they throw around these terms, or you're uninformed and you're low information knows because it sounds good, but they don't understand what's really going on out here. These people don't know. They think it's just as simple as just to vote for a woman. That's all they think. Oh, it's just vote for a woman, and we need a woman leadership. Why? Why?
Right. Why?
I mean, tell me why, and tell me why is she the right woman?
Right. What qualifies her?
Yeah, what qualifies her? Because can't nobody give me no answers. Because I'm
still waiting.
The true test, the true answer comes when you're under pressure.
Right.
Now, when she lost the election, look how she acted, like a fucking toddler. Like a straight up toddler. She went somewhere. I know she was drunk as hell. That's why she disappeared. She probably went and snorted about 5 or 6 grams, to get her head straight, get her legs up under, probably to get her legs up under, she's all fucked up here to get herself together, So.
And that's who they wanted as a leader. Well,
yeah, this woman couldn't even lose an election. She went to pieces, then came back with a drunk, incoherent video. A drunk, incoherent video.
Right. Like
nobody can understand what the hell she talking about. Don't never let nobody take your step from you because you can do it. Just shut up. Can't do nothing.
And if
you need to worry about getting your life together, okay?
Right.
Everything falling
what he's
apart.
talking about, please go and Google this video. It is hilarious if you don't know what he's talking about, because she was obviously drunk.
Yeah. No matter of fact, no, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna show this video. I'm gonna show that video. Okay. I gotta show that video. I'm gonna find that joint right now. And I'm gonna show you this video. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people seen it. But I'm gonna show it anyway. I want to do the one with her holding the bottle of Hennessy.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I don't know who made that, but they was right on point with that one.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Never let nobody take your thing.
Oh, goodness. And you know the crazy part.
I was just going to get right to it, but this I'm not sure when it's. I just started working this thing called First Post. The site is called First Post. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like a news channel or whatever, but sometimes I check it. I know it's out of the country. I know it's a foreign channel, but they be having me down on it. These ladies got jokes. And it's another lady, Lefty's Losing It. What's her name? Rita. Man, she be having me lunching too. Man, Rita is wild as I don't know what. Wait a minute. Hold up. All right, here we go. Let me share it. Here we go. Hold up. All right, well, Kamal and her little drunk. Yeah. Never let the motherfucker do.
Rule number 1 of drinking, never drink and drive. Rule number 2 of drinking, never drink and use your phone. At best, you may drunk dial an ex. At worst, you may send a day's Thanksgiving address to your country. The internet says Kamala Harris has done the latter, that she released a drunk video message. So Harris has kept to herself after the elections. We know that. No major public appearances, no policy speeches. Her team says she's coping with the results. That could mean some downtime after weeks of intense campaigning. But the internet is convinced that Harris has taken to the bottom. They've even used artificial intelligence to drive home their point because we don't know what the truth is. The video is not all that encouraging. If we were we probably wouldn't have released it.
Hen Dog Harris.
But hey, what do we know?
That's her new name.
We did not raise $1 billion campaigning, still end up in debt, and also lose the election. Anyway, take a look.
Ever let anybody take your power from you? You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability, and to find the ability at this moment, to find the ability at this moment, to find the ability at this moment.
Cheers. Okay, cheers.
Oh no.
I believe it. I believe it.
On the 6th day, the T20 World Cup bandwagon will be crossed.
They got jokes.
They got mad jokes.
Jokes. I had to see that. I had to see that. That was so. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was some parts on there that I didn't even see.
Right.
I didn't see the one with her driving with the wine bottles and holding the wine bottle up, going straight to the dome with like it was a 40 or something.
No, man, but
that was
when they're stretched out in the middle of the street, though, did you see the bus?
Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy.
Oh my goodness, who is this guy?
Okay, this right here is Mitch McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
He's the he's the Senate lead for the Republican Party. So this right here, we're gonna get back to the part about how your jealousy destroy you, and how I'm gonna go into preacher mode for a second. I don't really be hitting the people with the Reverend David joint, but I'm gonna hit you with it for a second. I'm just gonna throw something in there. God don't like ugly, and when He anoints somebody, and when you try to get in their way, this is why these people falling. And you're gonna see a lot more in 2025, and I'm gonna bring it right to you. 2025, you're gonna see these people falling. Everybody who's trying to fight against the agenda that's moving forward, and God pushing this agenda forward through Donald Trump, because I mean, come on, 3 attempted assassinations.
Right.
One actually got a shot off. The other one they caught him before he got a shot off, and the third one they caught him up before he even got in the car. Okay, they had somebody dropped a dime on him. Okay, so think about it. This man been shot at. They done threw every court case they could throw at him. impeached him. They done put all these fake cases on him.
Right.
They called him an insurrectionist, but he's never been convicted of insurrection in his life. He ain't even been charged with insurrection.
Right.
They keep using these words, insurrection and stuff, just these key words. And, you know, every time you go against him now, Mitch McConnell knows that this man has a mandate from over 71 million voters to get these illegals up out of here. Okay? I don't care who you are. If you illegal, you got to go.
Right.
And you best believe, you better know this face, because if you illegal, when you see me, you better act like you seen Donald Trump or John Holman. Because because I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there, dropping a dime on your ass,
right.
Just like the dude did in Belly. Right. Drop the dime on meth and them. I'm like that shit. Right. Gotta drop a dime on that nigga. That's what I'm about. I'm drop a dime on that nigga. Okay. So you best believe I'm Team Trump, Team Holman. Okay. And anything I can do to get you up out this country, you gone. Okay. I have nothing against legal immigration. If you want to come here the right way, do the paperwork, be vetted, understand where you come to, and respect the people when you get here. Because a lot of people just want to cross the board. They don't have no respect for you. They come in and talk you crazy. Yeah. I see the difference in the people.
Like they belong here. Like they belong here. Like they was born here. I mean, just, you know, then you want to talk about what you was in your country. Take your ass back to your country then.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
Exactly. This is not coming to America.
Right.
Okay? You are not going to tell me that you were some type of king or prince or whatever in your country.
Right. Why you here?
I'm going to bow down to you. Tripping.
Right.
You better go back to your country. And I'm like, why are you here? Are you a king looking for a wife or something? Go on, honey. Take a chance. Shit. No.
Oh my goodness.
Get out of here with that. I don't care where you come from or what you're doing. Get out of here with that.
Exactly.
Now watch Mitch McConnell malfunction again. And I got this video. This, like I said, I like to give credit. I'm not just going to use people's stuff and even though he jacked it. You know, he got it from one of these news channels, but I got it from his channel. So like I said, I'm going to shout him out again, Greg Foreman of the Black Conservative Perspective. Go and check his channel out. The guy had you rolling, and he giving you the news you can use too.
Even as allies across NATO and the
Let me take it back.
knew their own commitments to hard power.
America First foreign policy agenda.
Even as allies across NATO and the Indo-Pacific renew their own commitments to hard power, to interoperability, and to collective defense, some now question America's own role at the center of these force-multiplying institutions and partnerships. With the party Ronald Reagan once led so capably, it is increasingly...
I mean, I ain't gonna stop for a second. Look at this guy's face, man. This guy look like the ultimate puppet. Look at the side of his mouth. It look like that whole jink is like a hinge mouth. Yeah. Like he want, you know, like his, look at his mouth. He look like the puppet master mouth. I mean, his whole face just look crazy.
He does.
Mitch McConnell should have retired back when my grandfather was 2. This dude is old as shit. What is he still doing in there? This man don't need to be doing, don't need to be dealing with the everyday pressures of this country like that. And sitting up in the Senate, going to the bathroom on himself, falling asleep and doing all, passing out and tripping and falling and stuff. That man need to be somewhere enjoying his life.
Right.
Somewhere living out his golden years. This man somewhere sitting up here still playing politics and shit. He can't even remember to go to the bathroom by himself.
fashionable to suggest that the sort of global leadership he modeled is no longer America's place. But let's be absolutely clear. America will not be made great again by those who are content to manage our decline.
See, you see that bull? See that bull snack? I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's like it's an obsession with these people. These people can't even, I mean, I don't even hear people talking about the country no more.
Right.
They only talking about Trump. And we're gonna get Trump, you know, like this what's that movie? Get Carter or some shit. The joint that came. Get what? Man, look, come on, y'all. What's going on here? Why these people keep doing this? Now, this part right here, I had to fast forward this some because Greg was talking in the middle, and even though what he said was very interesting, I just want to get to the next part. Now here's when he short circuit. This one dude short circuit, like somebody touched the negative to the positive and ground his ass out. Watch.
And a string of.
And look at all these goofy people around here.
Like he having a stroke.
Look at him. That's when he dropped the turd right there. Look. He doodling right there. Look. He is doodling right now. That's that doodle on my self look when you're 2 years old, when you're like 1.5, you got your pull up on and you being a defiant. You gotta go to the bathroom, you gonna feel shit on yourself. That's him right there.
Anything else you want to say, or should I just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?
And that's how that's what you do with yourself. That's what you do to yourself.
Bit of breaking news to bring to you right now. We've gotten word that Republican leader Mitch McConnell has taken a fall. It happened during the Senate Republican lunch today. 2 medical responders were seen briefly entering the office. Afterward, they have now left. Our Jay O'Brien is on the Hill. Jay, what more do we know?
Yeah, Kira, we know essentially what you know, which is that Mitch McConnell had that fall during the weekly Senate Republican lunch. Obviously, it was in the view of the Senate Republican Conference and his colleagues. He is currently in his office. Last we were aware, he was visited.
Look, I don't mean to cut him off, but I'm going to get back to this. But I'm going to tell you something. People can look at me and think I don't know what I'm talking about. And just because I grew up in the church and the ordained pastor and all that don't mean nothing. For some reason, I got this third eye right here and I can see stuff. And I'm telling you, just imagine, think about this. Every time somebody get on TV lately and start talking about doing something to Trump or going against this, instantly, it's like God instantly slapped. Now he just started going into talking about MAGA this and Trump that, and look what happened. God stopped him right. He just shut down like God just pulled the plug or hit the pause button on that motherfucker. God say, pause, you old motherfucker, and paused him. He couldn't even get himself together.
He couldn't. He was stuck.
He was stuck like Chuck. And Chuck, baby, don't give up. You know what? Okay? This dude was stuck like Chuck.
He was stuck.
That was God right there. Look, people can say what they want to say. But I know I can see when God is moving. And I know when to back up and stay out the way when God puts somebody in a. I'm gonna tell you something. Long time ago, something happened to me, and this would show me God was real. The department store Sears. This how long ago it was.
Yeah.
My mother went into the Sears over Wisconsin Avenue when it used to be a Tinley Circle. Now it's a condo and they got to split up into different little stores and stuff. But back in the day, that was one big department store. That was Sears, right? So when you go in on that side street, those 3 little steps you go down, that used to be like the electronics with the TVs, video games, and all that other stuff. You go in the door, you go to the right. I never forget. I was a little kid. I never forget. Walk in, go to the right. And then you go down a little bit, and the video game thing was set up right there where you can, they got the controllers and the different hottest games where you can play and sample a little bit, so you can bug your parents to death to buy you the Atari, right?
Right.
So it was this dude there, this young guy, he was there playing the game. He was taking a little longer than what I wanted, right? But, and I ain't gonna lie, I saw that he was kind of special. So I said to myself, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and muscle this dude, and I kind of muscled him. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you what God love, the truth. I asked God to forgive me for it, so that's behind me, but I'm gonna share it with you. So I'll be honest with you, I straight roughed him off and got him out the way, because I wanted to play the video game. Guess what God did to me? As soon as I pushed him out the way and got him the video game and hit the reset button to start the game over so I could play it, the game shut down. It wouldn't start back up. The dude from the store came back and tried to start the game back up and everything. The game was it's like God slapped the game out of existence from the sky. The game wouldn't even work no more.
Right.
The Atari was broken. Soon as I pushed him out the way and I reset the game, so I wanted to start the game over. When I hit that reset button and I ain't bang it, I just gently hit the reset button like anybody would, and that joint would not work. God say, I'm gonna punish you for what you just done because you just touched one of my chosen people.
Right.
And ever since then, I had the highest respect. I don't fuck with no handicapped people.
Right.
I don't park in no handicapped spots.
Right.
And I go out my way to help a handicapped person because I know that God got them wrapped up. And I'm telling you, you ain't gotta be handicapped a certain time, certain people, God reach out and he wrap them in his arms. And you jump in the middle of that, you'll get your ass handled.
Right.
We're gonna go back to this, and then we're gonna go back to this and finish up. He got another minute, and then I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay.
Briefly by two medical responders who went into his office, briefly visited with McConnell, and then left. John Thune, who's the incoming Senate Majority Leader who is taking over for McConnell, has said that McConnell is fine and that he's in his office. That is the extent of what we know of McConnell's condition after that fall. But remember, Kira, this comes after McConnell had a series of public falls over the years. And then, of course, those two instances in which he froze up in public before television cameras. Those occurred in the summer of 2023. It was because of concerns about his age, Kira, that McConnell decided to step down from Republican leadership, which he's now done.
And we'll never forget those 2 times on live television when he literally froze in the middle of events up there on the Hill. Well, we'll hope for the best, and we'll, of course, follow up on his condition. Jay O'Brien, thank you.
I just got one thing to say. Are you ready?
I am. Go with it.
God don't like ugly.
He sure don't.
He don't like it at all. And he's not too fond of cute. You understand what I'm saying here? This man, he should have been retired. I'm still trying to figure out why they got these old people in there. Why they still there? You know want to see somebody else.
Because they owe too many favors. They've extended themselves. They've prostituted themselves out beyond their ability to deliver on their prostitution. That's why Nancy Pelosi is still in there. Because she got so deeply entrenched into the deep state. She in bed with so many different people. She in bed with so many different people, she can't even see her way out of it.
Damn.
That's why she can't leave. Because she's so busy doing favors for people because she got kickbacks for this. And look, that woman looked worried as hell. They never expected Trump to get back in there. Everybody panicking, scared to death. That woman looked paranoid, schizophrenia. Okay? That's what she looked.
Right?
Look, I'm telling you, that woman knows she already falling apart now. And know what I want to see? I want to see them investigate her stock trading account. I want to know how this woman trade better than the top traders in the country.
Right.
I want to know how she can pick stocks better than anybody. Okay? Because we already know she's privy to the information that's pivotal to those stocks being successful. She getting that information way ahead of time before everybody else. And they sent Martha Stewart to jail.
Right.
For that. So guess where I think Nancy Pelosi need to be? And I don't give a fuck if she 180 years old. I don't care. If you are coherent enough to come out here and be getting drunk and coming to work every day and still you coherent enough to go to jail.
Yep.
You know what you're doing.
Yep.
It's like Joe Biden.
Yep.
They should, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'll be honest. They'd be glad it ain't me, because if they'd have did the same thing to me they did to Trump and I got back in there, I'd have got my lick back. I don't give a damn what they said. You know, and the thing that killed me is they'll do all this F stuff to you and then turn around and be like, well, now it's time to really, when the rabbit got the gun, now it's time for us to really atone and just, that's not a good idea. We don't need to do that no more. That's not, no. That's not shit work.
Right.
I'm going to get my lick back first. Then once I get my lick back, then we can talk about reconciliation. But I'm getting my lick back. And I don't care how long it takes to get it. And I'm patient. I can wait a long time. Anybody that know me for real will tell you, I sit on shit a long time. I like ice cream. You know, they say shit best served cold. I like ice cream. I can say I sit on shit for a long time. I'm gonna get my lick back.
Right.
You best believe. Eventually, you're gonna be in that position. You're gonna be snipping, and I'm gonna get my lick back. I'm gonna get my lick back. You best believe that. You may think that you got over because I ain't said nothing, or I've been passive about it, or he ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't said nothing. I got away with it. Yeah, go ahead, think that. You good?
Right.
You good?
Continue on thinking that.
If this when you ain't thinking about it, I'm gonna remind you.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Let you get all comfortable and think.
Yeah, get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Get comfortable. Because I'm coming. Because I'm gonna see you one day. You think, oh man, years went by, man. Yeah, years went by. He ain't thinking about that no more. Okay. Sure, you came through.
Right. That's what you want him to do. Think that, oh yeah, he ain't gonna remember that. That's so long ago, you know.
Yeah.
Ain't worrying about that no more. Shoot. Why?
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
But that's how you want him to think. He ain't gonna do nothing. Okay.
Exactly. You know, and then they find out I'm French when I hit him with the au contraire, oui. You thought you got over, huh?
Right?
No, not like you thought. You're gonna see me eventually.
Right.
You know, but anyway, I'm gonna get my leg back, and that's just the bottom line. So wait a minute, Patrick was saying something else. Wait, let me see, where was it at? I didn't want to go like that. Well, actually, the video not that long, but I didn't want to like go through the whole thing. But he is making some. Yeah, you're gonna like this. This guy right here, you might sign up to his channel. This guy's good.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and listen to Patrick. And Patrick, if you see me using your video, don't get upset, bruh. You know I mess with you, man. So be cool, man. Don't worry about it. Maybe you can come on the show. We can chop it up, man.
You know, the fact that, hey, these are not the best missiles. We're not using our best, all this other stuff. Go optics. Your name is Putin. There's power plays going around the world. You have to seem strong in front of your people. 2 days ago, Biden's giving permission. 2 days later, boom. The headline says those missiles have been fired.
And that's why he's playing with fire.
That's the point. So Putin doesn't care if it's a 1990, the highest, latest 2024 that they just built with the highest technology, whatever. Putin doesn't. All he cares is you gave him permission. He took advantage of it. During the time that we have a president-elect Trump, this is your last 60 days that you're doing this, no problem. Tom, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, Russia's been fighting mostly a ground incursion strategy, right? You take a look at it, it's moved the line because this has been a let's take their land war from the beginning, right? I mean, Crimea and everything like this in response to and spurred by, you know, Ukraine possibly joining NATO and all those things. So it's historically, that's my frickin' land, and NATO is going to make them join. No, I'm not having that. So this has been a land war. This has not been we're going to drop a bunch of crap on Baghdad, make a point to Saddam Hussein, and then go home and then let them rebuild their country. This is a land grab. So he's been doing conventional. And what he hasn't done, you know, even though you've seen the devastation in cities that have been along the way, he has not gone to major. I mean, you see pictures today of major population centers in Ukraine. They look like New York, right? They look like New York. They're largely untouched. He hasn't hit them. And what I worry is what you say is that he's got to make like a statement strike, that he's got to come back with a statement strike. Like when, what did they try to do they launched in the Hezbollah, and with support from Iran, they launched like 200 missiles overnight, 200 rockets overnight. And they tried to make that statement, and they killed a bunch of ducks on farmland.
Yeah.
But they were trying to make a statement about all these. To your point, he's got to make a statement. And the concern is, what is he going to do to make a statement that I'm still strong and not to be screwed with, while I believe the world waits for Trump to take power? Because this wasn't the most high-tech stuff, but there's an optic that's not good for Russia.
I mean, how about this? Anything with somebody threatening a nuclear attack, to me, it's already a red flag. We're talking about we were warned about Trump doing all this. They're doing it. And that the headline, I think, is misleading. Joe Biden, blank, blank, blank. Joe Biden, as we all know, hasn't made any decisions since he's been in, okay? And this is why it's so important about the cabinet that he's picking, Will. This is the most important thing, because who's going to be Mark Rubio we're talking about. Anthony Blinken is in front of a camera 3 days ago going, hey, guys, we got to get $8 billion to them before January 20th. They're rushing the money. These guys are in charge. The Blinkens are in charge. They're the ones that are responsible for the 13 dead American soldiers in Afghanistan. These are the people, the Tulsi Gabbard. Like, who's the person that's in right now? Avril Haines? You know, all the spy balloons, all the Russia. How did they not anticipate all these attacking and everything? Meanwhile, you know where Joe Biden is, Pat? He's in the Amazon dressed like Crocodile Dundee. Have you seen what all this is happening? Look at Joe Biden. Is this a movie scene? Look at this guy. And he just look at look at the lighting. Everything is good. It looks like a joke. It looks like look. You think that guy's making the decisions? It's the Tony Blinkens. It's the Jake Sullivans. It's all these people that are making all these decisions last minute.
Where's he walking to?
Where the hell is he going? That's Crocodile Dundee.
You know what it is, though. Think about it, Vinny. This is kind of weird to me. And let me tell you why. Let's just say you and I were enemies. Okay. And I come out to you and we have dinner, me, you, and your wife. Okay. And now it's like, hey, we're laughing. We're having a good conversation. All good. Hey, bro, listen, I know, you took my job 4 years ago and I'm coming back and I'm not really taking your job. So you should have stayed in it, but they kind of took away your job and I just beat this other person. But bro, it's not fair what they did to you. It's kind of effed up. And, but listen, respect to you, 45 years you gave. Awesome. Lots of respect. And I'm leaving. I'm in my plane. I'm going to a UFC fight to go hang out with John Jones and Dana White and everybody else.
Yeah.
And then I hear the next day, while I'm talking about we're going to create a peace treaty and we're going to make Ukraine and Russia get along, you're now given the green light for them to do that? Then 2 days later, Ukraine actually executes on your permission that you gave me. Then I'm Trump coming out and saying Joe Biden is about to cause World War III. What happened to that meeting that we had? So this makes me a little bit uncomfortable to know what the hell just happened. I thought we had a good conversation together. So this is either a few different things to me. It's either one, what you said, Joe's not doing it. Everybody else that's in there is making a decision. They're saying, hey, let's sell a few more missiles. Let's cause a little bit more of this that's taking place. Two, maybe, just maybe, Biden is trying to intercept of this war being done early by him getting ahead of it so Trump doesn't get that victory. How? I don't know how you go about doing it the way that he's trying to do it right now. But it makes me very uncomfortable that it happens a day after you and I visit, 2 days after you and I visit. And I thought we had a cordial conversation together, and then you come out and do something like this?
Or C, provoking an escalation from Putin that denies Trump the ability to negotiate a peace on the war they want to continue in Ukraine.
But let me tell you how that works. A guy like Trump's not going to worry about that. Here's how guys like Trump are wired.
But we're trying to get to Biden's motivation from that meeting.
I totally get it with you, but what they don't understand is Trump is already probably talking to Putin.
Yeah.
And their camp is already talking. And he's already talking to Zelensky. You better believe they're having those conversations. So they're probably saying, dude, Putin's probably saying, dude, this guy's going to get in. What the hell is this other guy doing? Get out of the way. What are you doing? What are you doing with all this stuff right now? So I don't know. By the way, if this shit backfires and Putin's in a meeting right now and he's sitting there saying, you know what? I've had it. Light those people up. Light them up. If he does, guess whose hands that blood will be on? Biden and all his
Blinkens,
all those guys that want this, they're going to have that blood on their hands, not anybody else. In 2020, I'll never forget, we're doing our podcast. We had 47,000 viewers. Concurrent viewers, we had 6,700. We're at the office. We leave. I go home the next day. News comes out. Biden's probably going to be the president. Of course, it takes a few weeks. Everybody around me is panicking. What's going to happen? COVID, Biden, what are we going to do? We step back. We put a plan together. And the last 4 years have been the most ridiculous 4 years of our lives because we sequenced everything out. 15 moves, business, personal life, finances, all of it. Now that Trump's president, that same strategy that worked in 2020 should be different than the one we have in 2024. Tonight at 6 o'clock, I'm hosting a webinar called the No Matter What webinar. Tom and I will be sharing with you guys what we're planning on doing the next 4 years and some of the strategies that you ought to consider doing as well for yourself the next 4 years, especially when we're coming down to business planning season. Right now it's November 19th. January 1st is going to be here like in the next 6 weeks. And those of you guys that got big plans in 2025, planning starts now. Go to vtwebinar.com, vtwebinar.com. Put it in your calendar. It's only 5,000 people that can be on. We don't have it more than 5,000 people. We'll start at 6 o'clock. I'll give a PowerPoint presentation to you guys, and then we'll go from there. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch.
Yeah, that's Patrick Bet David. I thought it was Dave. I thought it was Patrick Davis Bet David. Yeah, but this guy right here, I'm really learning a lot about him. I mean, I used to see little videos every now and then of him, and then he started talking. I started really listening to him. But I think he's an ex-fighter or something. I'm not sure, but he got a good head on his shoulders, so that's all that really matters to me. Dropping some good shit.
Yeah, he's talking with a lot of sense. Very informational. But wait, can we go back to Joe Biden being in Amazon?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Where the hell was he walking off?
I'm about to look up that Joe Biden joint. I think he was in Africa.
Oh my goodness! If he didn't look like he needed some assistance,
he always need assistance. That dude has needed assistance since he got in since he got in government. That he's one of the most low IQ dudes I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I don't understand how this dude made as far as he made. That just let me know how the world is just dumb.
But you notice how he keeps saying one thing and then turn around and do just the opposite?
Exactly. He's a walking, talking contradiction. All he does is lies, lie. That's all he do. He been lying his whole life. Let me see. Joe Biden doesn't want a racial jungle. Let me see. You see right here.
Just coming home from a 20-year sentence because of Joe Biden and that bullshit bill that him and Hillary put forward.
Another thing about how perspectives change over time. Bobby Rudd, member of Congress, said the other day, "I'm ashamed that I voted for the 94 crime bill." You ashamed of that bill?
Not at all. In fact, I drafted the bill, as you remember.
I know that.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I give myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again.
Now, what killed me is this. Now, did you hear what he said about the father being in the household and no father, no man in the house? So now look, that was when he was younger. Now he talking about women don't need the man and you don't need a man in the household. So what changed?
Right.
What changed? Other than the fact that he realized how destructive that it really was. And he said, well, hell, I don't like them anyway. So maybe it is a good idea to destroy the infrastructure because I don't care nothing about them. I don't care what these people say. They can say what they want to say. They the one blinded and don't know what and can't see the forest for the trees. That man is prejudiced as hell. That man's hero was a KKK Grand Master, and he gave a man's eulogy at his funeral.
Can you bring that up?
I'm way ahead of you. I'm about to get it now. I'm about to let Joe finish talking his smack while I'm
It
looking
does
at
not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Mass incarceration has put hundreds of thousands behind bars for minor offenses. Joe Biden wrote those laws.
Every major crime bill that's come out of this Congress has had the name Joe Biden on that bill. We do everything but hang people for jaywalking in this bill.
Joe Biden's policies destroyed millions of black lives. Joe Biden may not remember, but we do.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black, take a look at my record, man.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I marched with tens of thousands of others.
He had not actually marched during the civil rights movement and kept telling the story anyway.
I came out of the civil rights movement. I was one of those guys that sat in and marched and all that stuff.
Now, his aides went back to say, look, he was in office marching for the idea.
That's how the word marching on Twitter.
I was not out marching.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black, they're going to put you all back in chains. And you ain't black. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. You ain't black. You ain't black. You ain't black. You ain't black.
The most racist thing a person could tell me is that I'm supposed to choose something based on my race.
You ain't black.
That was
you definitely
now
ain't
I
black. Okay, he said you're not black.
Right.
You're not black. You're not black. if you don't do what Joe say do.
Shoot.
You gotta vote for your massa.
Mm-mm.
You gotta vote for your massa.
Mm-mm.
Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Let me see. What's this? 336. I wanted the longer version of it, but it looked like they're trying to shorten it. So I'm gonna give you the 30-second version of it. But yeah, this is here we go right here.
Me and many people here today, like guys I see, Bill Bradley and Jim Sasser, who long left the Senate for greener pastures. And I hope better remuneration. I used to kid about that too, but for a lot of us, he was a friend, he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the whole speech, but that was basically
that
what
was
you heard him say. That was his mentor and his guide,
right.
and that was the KKK Grand Wizard Robert Byrd.
Right. So people have got to wake up. Look at it. It's right there. It's right there. The truth. It's right there in front of you.
Well, people don't care about no truth no more.
Well, they need to.
All people care about is he a phobe istoism? Is he trans? Is he some type of weirdo? You know, if it's something normal or something that's logical and makes sense, they don't want to hear that. You know, they want dysfunction and disorder.
And look at the world today. Look at it. Dysfunction and disorder.
At its best.
Yes.
Nothing but.
And how could you want that? How could you promote that? How could you stand behind that? Come on now. And I'll tell you, if somebody else tell me that Kamala's black, I promise you I'm gonna scream to the top of my lungs. This woman's not black, okay?
Woman is not black.
Oh, God.
Don't know nothing about no black.
Right.
Nothing about black. And people think, well, she went to Howard. Shit, I ride past Howard all the time. I rode past Howard today, and I seen plenty of white people walking all up and down the by the campus and stuff. And I know they go there. So now, so I guess in 5 years they black too, huh?
Right. Right. And then you wanna try to condemn Trump because he said she's not black. Let me tell you something. Half of the time, the stuff that they want to condemn Trump about saying, he's speaking the truth. Okay, it might be hard to hear it, but whatever, it's the truth.
Exactly. And another thing they hating on too. I was looking for this for the Trump being nominated for the well, actually him on the front of the Time magazine as Person of the Year.
I seen that this morning on the news.
They are burning down. Okay, they are imploding over that.
Oh, so they turning green.
Then the lady talking about something. Well, Kamala Harris. They could have picked anybody. Kamala Harris. They could have picked some other woman. She said, "I'm like Kamala Harris. She a loser. This woman took $1.5 billion. And we don't know where it is. What she's spending on." And she still owed the dope man over $21 million. Okay? She done lost the package and everything. She done screwed everything up. He came in the room and Kamala in there, a hot mess. She got coke everywhere. She drunk. She don't know where the package is, where the money, nothing. It's ridiculous. And she thinks she's going to run in 2028? I don't think so.
When and why?
They already said, the major donors said it's a wrap for her. They said she'll never get another dime of donor money. I wouldn't give her nothing either.
I wouldn't give her 2 cents.
I wouldn't have gave her nothing this time.
Right.
Because they finessed those idiots. And I don't feel bad for the donors who lost that $1.5 billion. I don't, you know why? Because they put their money up for evil. And that's why they lost it. And that's what I mean about God intervening. Look at the level God intervened on. He took their money. He took their stash from them.
Right.
Okay, you best believe $1.5 billion, that hurt. Even if you're a billionaire, $1.5 billion will hurt you.
Right.
You lose $1.5 billion, that should have hurt.
Well, thank you.
That shit like 20. That shit like losing $20 when you ain't got no money. You like, oh shit, you dropped the $20 bill. You're like, where I dropped that 20 at?
Right. Yeah, because you're hurting now.
Ridiculous. I didn't want to have to look at somebody else's video. I was trying to find the but Jericho Green is cool too. Here how you laughing too. I wanted to find this Trump speech without going to somebody else. Let me see if I can find it. Trump speech for the let me see, Trump speech for time. Here we go. Person of the Year. And it act like it's something new. I mean, Trump was named Person of the Year before. That wasn't the first time he was named Person of the Year. So I don't understand why it's such a big deal to these people.
I don't understand why people can't mind their business.
I don't get it. But here we go. We about the I like these two. Fox, I like to hear Fox talk. So let's see what Fox saying about it. They're going to show the speech. I'd rather do it through Fox than to do it through somebody else's joint. So let's go.
And also today, the former president of the United States dropped by his towers, able to stay at home.
You know, Joe Biden hating like shit because of this.
Ringing the bell.
Well, whatever.
That little worm of a man, I know he's somewhere hating like I don't know what.
To collect magazine covers.
Oh, Trump.
You have to mock one up for the second time. He is Time Magazine's Person of the Year. To me, there are other contenders, but if they did anything but name him, that would be flat out biased.
Well, Time.com has just released that, and I'm looking at the actual article, and it's great. It said, and the subheadline is, "If what comes next is anything like what he promises, Trump will reshape the nation and the world." And that is why so many people, according to polls, which we're going to get into very shortly, people are really optimistic about the next 4 years. Look, over the last 4 years, things have not gone well. And people are ready for something new, something better.
He was Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2016 when he won that election. Also up for the other contenders were Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, Kate Middleton, and Kamala Harris. But
and Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well,
that's right.
It's hard to believe that the election was just last month. And I mean,
Feels like he's already the president, right?
Exactly. I mean, and to Joe Biden's credit, he's essentially stepped out of the way and allowed Donald Trump to start doing what he's doing right now. And I think when you look at the other people that were considered, he was the only choice. I mean, you can't have Kamala Harris that lost the election, then become the person of the year.
But by the way, as Trump moved in, he has Steve Witkoff over with in the Middle East. He's got Tom Homan working the border, doing his appearances. So he's got that going. The president of the United States got rid of the FBI director who put so much pressure on him. He actually saluted the moment that he stepped aside. Great day for America. And then he's got his nominees stealing out of the spotlight in Capitol Hill. So they're following him around.
And he's already calling the Prime Minister of Canada, meeting with him. He's already calling the
But Ainsley, you know what's different now?
What?
It's not really Trump tweeting or going. It's kind of like the things he's doing rather than the things he's saying.
Action.
You think he learned from mistakes 4 years ago?
I don't know. I think it's definitely intentional. I also don't think he's not in the middle of an investigation.
Yeah.
No one's questioning the authenticity of his election.
No.
They're not talking about Michael Flynn making a call from Puerto Rico and them saying he's talking to the Russians about some secret deal to toss the country.
Even Fetterman was tweeting on Truth Social. I think he's the first Democratic lawmaker to get on Truth Social and tweeted out that Donald Trump should be pardoned for the case here in New York.
You know what? To your point about why he's doing things differently last time, I think last time when he won, it was kind of a surprise. It's like, okay, I ran for a year, but I won. Now what do I do? He's done it once before.
Yeah, that's true.
Some mistakes are always made along the way, but he's figured out how he has wanted to do it more efficiently. And so far, so good. And
Elise Stefanik, by the way, got the Fetterman endorsement yesterday. That's the first time I've seen a Democrat come out and say that. Then they took a picture together.
And to your point about Joe Biden just laying low, he's not doing anything except an historic number of pardons and commutations. Over 1,500 issued this morning.
I don't think he's going to give us any comment about that.
I don't think so either.
Anyway, we're calling this the Trump effect, and it is in full swing. The last Fox News poll of the year showing that the majority of voters feel hopeful about his victory, 54%.
That's right. And with under 6 weeks until Inauguration Day on January 20th at noon, plans are well underway, including an invitation to the China President Xi Jinping to show up live in Washington. If he accepted, he would be the first foreign leader to ever attend.
Is that right? That's right. The first foreign
I'm
leader
hoping
to ever attend?
it's in the script.
Okay. And Trump's inaugural fund getting a boost from a surprising source, from Mark Zuckerberg.
Now, this dude right here, Mark Zuckerberg, he all of a sudden now he want to jump on the Trump train. I wouldn't trust if I was Trump, and if Trump hear this, if anybody hear this that know Trump, whatever, which is far-fetched, but never know.
Never know.
Don't trust that weasel. Mark Zuckerberg, don't trust that weasel. Him or Jeff Bezos. Both of them was against you through your whole first presidency and did all the censorship on the Washington Post with Jeff Bezos, Facebook with Mark Zuckerberg, Instagram with Mark Zuckerberg. It was in bed with the FBI and the government. Don't trust him. Now, Zuckerberg donated $1 million to Trump's inaugural fund, but Trump came back and dogged him. I don't blame him, dogged him. Said that Mark Zuckerberg was all on his dick, and I don't blame him. I would embarrass him too, because Mark Zuckerberg, basically, I think he's just trying to stay out of prison because what he did was criminal.
Okay.
I'm gonna let this run out another second, but I got this. I got something else on the jealousy. This is gonna be our last thing on the jealousy, and then we're gonna wrap it up because we have to be. It's 12 o'clock. But Mark Zuckerberg. Let me see something. Okay, so let's go back.
Zuckerberg's Meta donating $1 million as the tech billionaire looks to mend ties with Trump. Because remember, he took him off of Facebook in 2021 and then put him back on a few years later. That tells you a lot that they're mending their relationship.
Yeah. He grew his hair out and he started doing jujitsu. I don't know if it's related.
Take on Elon Musk and it never happened.
Yeah, he's trying to look more like Danny Penny, perhaps. Also, remember, the Zuckerbucks in those key districts made him put his hand on the scale with a shadow banning of the conservative groups and conservative politicians. And he's not the only one putting differences aside. Democratic Senator John Fetterman joining Truth Social to, quote, meet folks where they are, especially in Pennsylvania, by the way, and calling to pardon Trump in his very first post. He also mentioned Hunter.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Why do they keep talking about pardoning Trump like Trump need to be pardoned?
Right.
Trump don't need to be pardoned. What the hell he need to be pardoned for? That's just projection because they know that Joe did so much fraud and abuse when his ass was in office. Now they're trying to like, well, if you say Trump, the only people that need to be pardoned are people who committed crimes. That's why he got this long pardon list. He pardoned his son, you know, and for real, he dragged his crackhead son into all this stuff. You know, he was the leader. He was the one who influenced his son because Hunter wouldn't be snorting no coke and smoking coke if his father wasn't snorting and smoking himself.
Right.
Okay, he picked that up from his father. He somewhere along the line, he probably saw his father snorting with one of them other guys, and it was like thought it was cool because he looked up to his father, but he wasn't strong enough for it, and it took his whole life over and screwed him over. Now, I'm gonna let you speak on that real quick, then we're gonna get into this this last thing right here with Caitlin Clark. This is another one. This is another thing that inspired me to do the jealousy thing. Now, this woman right here on the right is Caitlin Clark, and she's like the hottest basketball player right now. This broad is tight. I mean, they say she be sinking them like they said she look like Steph Curry on the court. Now I guess that's a some type of flex or whatever, but you know I don't even do basketball.
Right.
You know, really don't know much about it. It's not my sport, but I do know popular names when I hear it. So if they're comparing this woman to Steph Curry, she must got some game. Now, since Time has did this piece on her, and she be getting all this exposure, all these black heifers from the league have been hating on her. They've been hating on her, and she's the one who basically have drawn the positive attention to the league that's needed to take it to the next level. But they hating so bad on her that they about to cut their nose off to spite their face because they're giving this hard way to go to the point where now she's just like, this created such a hostile environment for this woman. And this woman right here, I don't know this woman, Maria Taylor, I don't know who she is, but I know this right here is entitled Caitlin Clark interviews PUTS and puts Cheryl Swoops in her place. I guess this woman must be Cheryl Swoops. I don't know. I don't keep up with basketball, period, much less. But I do know like logistics about stuff. Now I do know that this league, this WNBA, wouldn't exist without the NBA because they've been subsidized from day one, and they're still being subsidized. Okay, they take money from the NBA, from the male players, and then some of them just volunteer and give it up. These women act like they built something. They didn't build nothing. And then Caitlin Clark come along, and she giving y'all the exposure y'all need, and now y'all starting to get ticket sales a little better. Y'all starting to gain some momentum. They done harass the woman because they're so jealous of her skills, and she getting a lot of attention, and everybody else think that they deserve the attention. This woman done turned around and left. Now she's leaving the team. She signed with a foreign league. So now she's about to leave the WNBA and go to a foreign league, I think a European league. I'll play the video, a short bit of it. But they ran the woman off the damn team, and she was their only hope. Now, from what I understand right here from the title, I never saw this before, but it says that she puts Cheryl Swoops in her place, and I'd love to see that. So let's see Cheryl Swoops get put in her place because she looked like a dude. Anyway.
It's been interesting because since your article dropped, I got to say, it has got all the buzz. If you are on X, if you're on Instagram, TikTok for the young kids, you know that Caitlin Clark is the Time Athlete of the Year. How has your 24 hours been since the articles dropped?
It's been awesome, and just the reaction. Obviously, people so excited not only about women's basketball, but about women's sports, and how excited and deserving, not only myself, but just women's sports as a whole.
Caitlin Clark just became the first WNBA player to win Time Athlete of the Year, but not everyone's cheering.
Cheryl, I'll start with you. What's your reaction to Caitlin Clark winning Time Magazine Athlete of the Year?
Hater.
I don't think I'm surprised.
A hater.
I'm curious to know who the other candidates were.
In a completely unexpected but totally not surprising turn of events, Cheryl Swoops, a four-time WNBA champion and now Clark's biggest critic, had some choice words about the win. In this video, we're breaking down the controversy, the backlash, and the unexpected way Clark is handling it all. Clark had the perfect opportunity for a comeback. Instead, she did something that left everyone speechless. Here's why her response is a masterclass in grace and leadership.
And I've grown up a huge women's sports fan, whether it was basketball, whether it was soccer, whether it was volleyball, you go down the list. Like, I grew up loving it and watching it. So it's pretty special. Like, it doesn't really feel real that I get to be here, but an amazing honor.
Picture this: Caitlin Clark on top of the world after winning Time Athlete of the Year. But not everyone's popping champagne. Enter Cheryl Swoops, former WNBA star turned unexpected critic, who's stirring up drama on Gil's Arena podcast.
The fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year is pretty special. And my question is, like the criteria, is it based off of her performance on the court, which, yeah, she had a great year, or is it more about the impact that she had on the game this season?
Instead of congratulating Clark, Swoops goes on a ramble. She questions the very criteria that led to Clark's win. "I'm trying to understand what the criteria is," Swoops says, her words dripping with skepticism. But
this is why we got a bunch of dudes running around here jealous and acting all feminine and stuff. Because this is who raises them. This is who raises them right here. This goofy right here. I mean, this woman is so hateful. It's just ridiculous. And coming and just to throw it, I knew you were going to say something. I'm about to let you say it, but that video I was looking for earlier, I finally found it. The one where they were sitting at the table talking about her playing like Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I want to say that I don't understand why it's not just a congratulations. You know, you find this in Black women that they quick to criticize instead of just saying congratulations. You know, I understand you wanted to be you. That's cool, but why can't you just say congratulations? You know, you did a good job. You know, I just don't understand why are you hating? Because that's all it is you hating.
Yeah, but that's the actions of a weak person. And a strong person ain't gonna sit back and hate on nobody. They're gonna rise to the occasion. They're gonna get theirs.
Right.
You know, little haters sit back and watch everybody else.
Right. You know, it's like, come on now. That's totally uncalled for, but whatever.
Here we go. Check this one out. Now, it's definitely gonna be the last one, but this one's gonna last a few minutes. So we're probably gonna be about 15 minutes with this one, but maybe not that much, but check it out.
These ladies gave their all. The Sue Birds of the world. I mean, we don't even talk about
You go down the list.
But you can go down the list. And so that's my only point.
But
I'm
I
hoping that you're able to understand that.
But Scott, you're saying, but Scott, but Scott, it's disrespectful for you to say, what have they built? There are little children right now, little girls at home hoping that they can play in what they call the WNBA. And the reason why it's still up and still running, whether it's losing money or not, is because of these Black women who are in this. And so, no, Scott, stop it. You stop it now.
It's not. I was in Dickies arena.
Boy. So we have to continue our coverage of the fallout from WNBA star Caitlin Clark going woke. Okay, she came out and said that, hey, I have white privilege. That's part of the reason I'm in the position I am right now. Not because of my game, not because of how hard I work, not because I'm a much better role model than the other WNBA players who have been very unsuccessful when it comes to building the brand of the league to be more friendly towards the masses. No. It's not any of that. It's because I'm white, right? It's because I'm white. I got white privilege. And the Black lesbian women that built this league are the ones that deserve more credit. They deserve the credit. So, of course, she's got a whole lot of backlash from people like Megyn Kelly and others. And CNN is going to have a discussion over the backlash that Caitlin Clark is getting, and they're going to get triggered. The race hustlers on the panel are going to get triggered. They're going to lose it over Republican Scott Jennings telling the truth about the so-called Black players building the WNBA. So without further ado, let's get into this.
Tonight, a completely predictable plot line. Conservatives are upset with an athlete for saying something that they don't like. Caitlin Clark, she is Time's Athlete of the Year, and she told the magazine that she benefited from white privilege on her way to fame in the WNBA. That's a league where most players are Black. Podcaster Megyn Kelly heard that and lost it. She said, quote, "She's on the knee, all but apologizing for being white and getting attention." Kelly wrote on X, "The self-flagellation, the, oh, please pay attention to Black players who are really the ones you want to celebrate. Condescending, fake, transparent, sad." Clark responded to those comments today. Listen.
I know there's been so many amazing Black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like I try to just be real and authentic and, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Joining us at the table is CNN contributor Carrie Champion. She is the host of the Carrie Champion Show on Prime Video. She might also be our Caitlin Clark.
This heifer right here is a hater for real. The one on the left, wait till you see her. She is a hater. This one on the right, Abby Phillips on the right, straight up piece of shit. I can't stand that broad. She is just like, if I saw her in person, I would act like I don't see her. If I had like a swanky establishment and she came in, I wouldn't even serve her. I'd send her ass up out of there. I wouldn't even share space with this broad. She's a total piece of shit. That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to have it.
And you are.
Responded.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to get to Scott Jennings' sigh in just a moment. But Gary, what I don't understand about this, Caitlin Clark never asked to be this avatar of race, right? And basically that is what she is saying. I didn't ask for this. Why are you making me this person? And now people are mad about that?
Yeah.
Well, let's actually be clear. The only people that are making her an avatar of race are the Black lesbians of the WNBA, okay, and the race hustlers of America, right? Because Caitlin Clark, nobody has a problem with her outside of the fact that she's white. So it's not white people that have a problem with her being white. It's the race hustlers and the Black WNBA players. So let's be clear. It's not conservatives. It's not white people. It's not people who aren't obsessed with race that are making her a racial avatar. It's actually the left. Okay, it's people like Abby Phillip and Carrie Champion and Bakari Sellers. They're the ones that are actually making her an avatar of race. Let's be clear here.
It's really interesting because since she came into the league, we have to talk about the attention that she has received. She's a phenomenal player. I've never seen anybody shoot the ball the way she shoots the ball in the WNBA. I'm just being honest. She, early on in her collegiate career, reminded me of Steph Curry, and that's where all this attention came from. But before she entered a league that started in 1997, there were the Lisa Leslies and the Dawn Staleys and the Cheryl Swoops of it all, who really built this league, and they weren't getting the attention because, let's face it, the league was built in a way in which it wasn't mainstream. And all she's simply saying is that I want to respect those who come before me. Now, conservatives do one of two things that I am so fascinated with, especially when it comes to her. Either they whine or they bully. So now it's time to do both. They're bullying her when she decides to just like a post about Taylor Swift post about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris. They
endorsing
unfollow her,
voting,
like saying go vote, and then they unfollow her in droves. And then she says, "You know what? I am so grateful for all this money I make. I'm making more money than most of these women will ever see in their lifetime because I am a great player, but I'm also someone that they are using as their message person, that they are using me as a conduit to get their message out." And she says, "No, I don't want any of that. I'm grateful. And hopefully I can shine some attention on Bakari because no one's paying attention to Bakari." And so I'm going to give Bakari some attention because you know what? Thank you for keeping this league alive, Bakari. Everything that you've done has really got to the point where I can be here and benefit in this moment. And Megyn Kelly, saying she's on a knee apologizing because she's white, she's acknowledging the reverse DEI that no one wants to talk about. She has a privilege. She has been in this league for a year? And she makes more money than the people who built this league, and she understands there's a reason. Not because she shoots the ball well. Yes, that also helps, but there's a...
These women get on my nerve talking about they built something. You ain't build nothing. You ain't build nothing. Nothing. Okay? What you all got the NBA gave you.
Mm-hmm.
And they have continued to subsidize since day one. You have not turned one dime of profit since in existence. Nobody has made money off of you, not even the concession stands when they come to your games.
Damn. Well, you know the seats are not that full anyway, so
yeah. Shit. You gotta they probably gotta pay people to come sit in there.
Another reason, Scott. There's a reason that says I'm white and it's a privilege and people love me. And I'm okay with that, but I want to also acknowledge everyone else. Why is she being bullied?
Why is that wrong?
Why is she being bullied for acknowledging something that's smart, true, and factual?
Well, a couple things. Number one, whether you're an athlete or anyone else, if I hear you use the phrase "my truth," I immediately then discount everything else you say because there isn't my truth or your truth. There's just the truth. And when you start using phrases like that, it tells me that
that's not true.
Your brain has been captured by something that I don't really respect.
That's not true.
Number two, the attention the league got this year was amazing, and it was all because of her. She is an amazing player. The arenas were full when she played in them. The TV ratings were up when she was on television. That's undeniable. But, the league still lost like $40 million this year. And it's never made money. And to me, when you're talking about having respecting people who built something. What did they build? A league that loses money every year? She has the capacity.
What do you mean? What did they build? What do you mean? What did they build?
What kind of a business did they build?
They've had a business model that has allowed women who have never had a professional sport here in America, in the United States of America, to play. They've kept it alive as opposed to sending them overseas.
But that's just wrong. This is just so wrong. Career champion. Again, these race hustlers, man, they just don't live in reality. And that's why I don't even understand what's the point of having conversations with these people. Career champion clearly does not understand that you do not get brownie points for being a league that loses money every single year and is subsidized by the NBA, right? Subsidized by men, okay? A whole other league. Without the NBA, the WNBA doesn't exist. So Scott Jennings is correct to ask the question of, what have you built? You built a failed business. You haven't built anything because the WNBA cannot stand on its own 2 feet without the help of the NBA and other people subsidizing a league that, let's be honest, in a capitalist society should not exist, right? They're only in existence because people pity them, okay? That's the only reason that the WNBA exists, out of pity, not because they can actually stand on their own 2 feet. So if that's something to be proud of, honestly, I don't know what to tell you, right? If you're proud of building a league that loses $40 million a year, that has to be subsidized by other leagues, then hey, that's a you problem, right? Clearly, your standards aren't very high. But again, that's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with people who believe that they should get a pat on the back for being failures, right? Because that's what the WNBA has been up until this point. Even with Caitlin Clark, it's still a failure. And she is their best chance of making the league not a failure, but they're hell-bent. They're hell-bent on destroying it. They're hell-bent on making people hate them because they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be paid, but at the same time, they want to get all of the credit. They want to get all of the admiration. They want to get all of the glory, when the reality is that before Caitlin Clark, these women, they were just not that entertaining to watch. The league was not an exciting league. The players weren't very likable. The personalities were not the type of personalities that would attract families and a broader audience to watch the games. That's just the truth. But again, they just refuse to accept the truth.
My truth, right? And you just tune that out. My truth is just vastly different than yours. It's not just the truth. In fact, one of the things I would like to just help you understand is that the definition of white supremacy, do you know what the definition of white supremacy is? It's when you feel like equality is oppression. And for some reason,
you know, these son husband thumb sucking simps that mommy raised ass feminine minded dudes make me sick. I wish the hell they stop letting women raise boys by themselves. Men, when you got sons, take your sons from these goddamn women. Take them. Because all they doing is destroying your kid, man. And then we end up with these damn furry tiptoe ass dudes. Every time they turn around, they're speaking against their own best interests and talking like a goddamn woman.
Reason it gets so entangled because people just simply want equality, and you feel like that's taking away something from you. I'm not dare saying that anybody at this table is a white supremacist, but what I am trying to do is at least educate you on what the truth is. And so we both come from different, we want the same America for our children, but we come from different places. We don't necessarily want equality. Some of us just want equity, right? And all I'm saying about Caitlin Clark
That's a different statement.
All I'm saying about it's not a different statement. All I'm saying about Caitlin Clark,
it is a different
all I'm saying about Caitlin Clark is this. I have a bias against Caitlin Clark. And
Yes,
just
you
innately.
have said it, yes.
And I want to be extremely clear
Uh-huh.
because I'm a South Carolina Gamecock fan, and she took away one championship. But I also recognize that Caitlin Clark knows something that this is the second point. The first point was my truth. The second point is, Scott, you cannot denigrate. You cannot simply say that Dawn Staley and Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops and all these women who do something insanely better than all of us at this table did not build anything that you can't respect. Yet the league wasn't built in a way that would make money. That's not what it is.
That's not what it was for.
But these ladies gave their all. The Sue Birds of the world. I mean, we don't even talk about
You go down the list.
But you can go down the list. And so that's my.
So what was the league made for? What was the league made for? If it wasn't made to make money, what was the league made
Exactly.
for? That's the question I would be asking, because all leagues, all sports leagues are built to make money, right? Or at least to attempt to make money, right? Not all of them do, but at least the attempt is to make money because they can't survive without making money. Now, the WNBA, on the other hand, because they're being subsidized by the NBA, they have been able to survive. But the end goal, right, is to try to make money. They just have been unsuccessful at doing that. So I'm trying to figure out, are you admitting that the WNBA is just a subsidy project to give these women something to do, right? Is that what you're admitting? That it's not a serious thing? Because if you're admitting that it's not a serious venture, that it's designed to make money, then you're admitting that what they have built is not worth respecting.
Right.
Because you only can respect a venture that is built to stand on its own 2 feet. I can't respect something that can't stand on its own 2 feet. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't understand why these people are so triggered by the truth, right? This is why they have to have my truth, because they can't accept the truth. These people that start coming out here and talk about my truth, they only say that because they can't accept the truth. The truth is that the league still sucks. Okay, and it will continue to suck if they continue to go down this path. And Caitlin Clark is their best chance of not making the league suck.
God, it's disrespectful for you to say, what have they built? There are little children right now, little girls at home hoping that they can play in what they call the WNBA. And the reason why it's still up and still running, whether it's losing money or not, is because of these black women who are in this.
It's a welfare league.
No, stop it.
It's a giveaway for the women.
It's not. I was in Dickies Arena.
You can't even turn a profit in your own.
Let me just tell you, I was in Dickies Arena. I was in Dickies Arena on Sunday because I travel, follow my Gamecocks basketball. Something fascinating happened. Dickies Arena, TCU, right? Haley Van Lith. They averaged 2,000-3,000 people a game.
Yeah.
The Gamecocks came to town with Dawn Staley. You had 9,000 people in Dickies Arena. You know who benefits from that? The concession workers, the city, etc. After the game, hundreds of people around there just to shake Dawn Staley's hand. What you have to understand, and we have to get out of this, is there's a level of empathy that we have to have and understanding that we have to have. And we have to just stop being so abrasive, caught in these social media moments when we're talking about issues of
This is exactly what I was about to say.
All right, I'm done with this.
You ain't never I'm done
the
with
delusion
it
here is
I'm done with it too. These dudes, and this, I mean, it's like fingernails on the chalkboard listening to these feminine dudes that sound like their mama when they talk. I can't do it. I can't do it. Feminine dudes talking this stupid. I can't.
Right, because I'm trying to figure out, when did my truth become the truth?
Exactly.
Explain that to me.
And that's what women say. And he doubled down and keep saying the same shit. It's my truth and all. Look, man, it ain't no such thing as your truth, dude.
Right.
It's the truth. Yes or no, right or wrong. It ain't no in between with your truth.
That's it.
Yeah. But I'm trying to see. We probably have another. I probably do another live stream. Being it's technically Saturday, so
right.
So I guess like Saturday night, I got a couple more subjects. We might do the paternity fraud thing. Yeah, we do the paternity fraud thing.
Okay.
Should it come with legal consequences, and should they have to pay restitution to the man that paid his money and was defrauded? Because this has gotten too comfortable. They've been doing this too much. The court systems is in on it. Judges are getting kickbacks, and should no judge be benefiting from no child support, especially from a child that they have no nickel in their quarter creating that child?
Right.
It's a straight up government overreach. And an insult to me is these judges are getting kickbacks. That need to stop. So I got some information we're gonna pull forward to the front. Hopefully we got a couple more guests on. A couple of people were supposed to be here, but I don't know what happened to them. But hey, the show must go on.
Right.
We're gonna do the show no matter what.
Yep.
Regardless. I don't care if it's just me sitting here. Rambling on, running my mouth, talking, and have to get crazy with it. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got any final words for us tonight? Anything? They'll probably see you again tomorrow, but you got anything you want to say?
I want to say that people really need to wake up. Number one, they need to wake up and really see what's going on. And another thing people need to understand is to mind your business. Okay, mind your business. Take care of your backyard before you decide you want to go into somebody else's. And we can wipe up all this jealousy thing. Period.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like something, work for it. You gotta be hating on the next person. They got theirs, get yours. It shows strength and character to get yours.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, well, thanks everybody for showing out tonight. Appreciate you coming through. Teddy Ted, QB, we'll holler at you later.